phone. state that the president should nominate, and the confirmation should come from the Senate. That's all. The ambassador to America, was he confirmed? Say no. Say no. I want you to say no. You saw the confirmation. I want you to say no. Did you see the confirmation? No, we are not jokers here. We are not jokers. Look, the plane today, Honorable Thomas Fala told me yesterday that the plane today was to have been suspended. You saw me talking in session? No. Because we went to a meeting, we told people that were supposed to talk. You think I can talk? You think Honorable Bobo Chimo can make me a friend? He can't. Because I was elected, he can't make me a friend. Hey, I will talk. Why you guys? Because I mean, I will soon go, man. That man, you saw how the floor was looking today. You saw how the floor was looking. You saw the floor. But
is there a plot to unseat the speaker?
Look, we are getting the numbers of moving and my name on the list. I said somebody name there. I said my name on the list. I don't have to care about all of them. If they are named, they will tell you who they are. I am saying I can call back name is on the list to remove them men that carrying the capital building the way he not supposed to carry. I finished exposing the executive people that sing this kind of stuff. I can call back my name. We are men who are elected by our people, so we need to talk for the people.
He can only be removed for the
Where you go for a cause? Where you go for a cause?
You know that very well.
Where you go for a cause?
The speaker can be removed.
Oh, we don't have a cause, right?
No, I'm asking.
Oh, we don't have a cause, right? Oh, we don't have a cause, right? So
What is the reason?
Yes.
I just want to get the number of the reason will be stated. The reason will be stated.
There must be a reason before you even decide to remove
I just want to get the number of the reason will be stated. Who got reasons?
Are you a friend to state the reason?
Yeah, my fellow here. I'm a fellow here today. I thought my president now will be a fellow once. Who got the reasons? The reasons are there.
Any final
statement? The final statement is this president should proceed the right way. Then he and myself will be friends. As long you see, you won't be able to free Johnson.
You said you are coming back with motion, with communication with president.
Very well. In the process, it's a process. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. Like Prince Johnson will call on me. When Prince Johnson go on the radio, he shot at the president and say, the man that want to be president. He know that one, eh? Like today, he tend to bodyguard for the man. You think I can bow down to people, eh? Look at me. Look at me. Have you seen? If you have seen any lawmaker that have been fought before, if I've been in the history, any history before that lawmaker have been fought, Honorable Yanka Konda will not be fought. If I'm speaking English, I said if they have been in the history of the country before that, any lawmaker have been fought, I will not be fought.
It seems that only one person is respecting like
that state that the president should nominate, and the confirmation should come from the Senate. That's all. The ambassador to America, was he confirmed? Say no. Say no. I want you to say no. You saw the confirmation. I want you to say no. Did you see the confirmation? No, we are not jokers here. We are not jokers. Look, the plane today, Honorable Thomas Fala told me yesterday that the plane today was to have been suspended. You saw me talking in session? No. Because we went to a meeting, we told people that were supposed to talk. You think I can talk? You think Honorable Bobo Chimo can make me a friend? He can't. Because I was elected, he can't make me a friend. Hey, I will talk. Why you guys? Because I mean, I will soon go, man. That man, you saw how the floor was looking today. You saw how the floor was looking. You saw the floor. But
is there a plot to unseat the speaker?
Look, we are getting the numbers of moving and my name on the list. I said somebody name there. I said my name on the list. I don't have to care about all of them. If they are named, they will tell you who they are. I am saying I can call back name is on the list to remove them men that carrying the capital building the way he not supposed to carry. I finished exposing the executive people that sing this kind of stuff. I can call back my name. We are men who are elected by our people, so we need to talk for the people.
He can only be removed for the
Where you go for a cause? Where you go for a cause?
You know that very well.
Where you go for a cause?
Zokwe, are you coming up? I saw some kind of report on Facebook today. They say somebody said they bail her for you.
No way.
What do you mean by no way? Your picture there, you standing right side of her, you say nobody bail her for you?
Nobody bail her. The time where my home was okay, boy.
Okay.
I don't know. Cody to bail her for me. Cody not bail her for me.
You know they call a person?
No.
You thought of nobody here, they call Collie?
I don't know nobody to be Cody. They make it neat. I can't put that. So they will not lie on my knee. They bail her for me. Not bail her for me.
So who the son that say he will come and bail her for you?
The Ghana we are the president. He the one supposed to do everything for me.
Okay. What the president will do everything for you?
Everything for me. Everything.
But the opposition brought up, they brought it news now on Facebook. Now somebody in the opposition and your nigga go what you doing? What you
do? I want suing. I was suing.
You suing?
I was suing.
But the thing, but like they man ask for your name. What you gonna do?
Where I come to do? I will sue that man. Hey brother, where you go? He's sending the news to say so and so. He said that I will sue him, brother. The brother will come and call him, come from America and because I don't know the opposition people to say they call it there.
They say your hall was ugly. They the one went and put plaster on it and they painted it. They say they plaster your hall and painted your hall.
I say I will shoot what you know. I will shoot up. I will shoot him. Because they lie, you can't put my knee on table to say that they pay my heart.
Morning. Reports from news media or yellow journalists that we don't have a powerful support base is false and misleading. People want to benefit from their resources. People want to have a fair share of the resources. People want to have a say in who governs them in the counties. Instead of appointing in Monrovia and imposing leaders over the people, they want to elect their own people who will account and answer to them. It is only in Liberia the president wants to have solid control over the people, so they therefore appoint leadership over them. This is wrong. We are in a modern area and we want to modernize our politics. No, I don't want to jump the gun. You know, that's my trump card. I hold my trump card.
I will support Vice President Borkai in all his endeavor according to how he sets his program to become president. I'll give him the fullest support, but he will get it the same way I got it. I will support.
And people, the hero is hurt. And how you say, the hero that was my beginning. So, we want no teacher put in anything. Today, we are doing a last cap interview for the hero to tell us. But in the beginning, to him, hero, it's up to you.
What didn't I do for these boys?
Go and ask your grandfather.
I used to pay his rent.
We know.
Helping with tuition.
We know.
Birthday.
We know.
When Lasana went to jail, we spent almost $1,000 to get Lasana out of jail. That today, Lasana Kenneth insulting me on Facebook.
Move that boy. I don't know. You didn't ask me. Can you imagine?
The other one, why any Freddie Fred? They've cell phone you using our body. That the phone you can be using on Facebook to be insulting me. These boys are ungrateful. Lasana, who the place he sleeps, I pay the rent. Attacking me. The phone the man bought that I help the man to buy. That the phone the man can be using on Facebook to be insulting me.
Okay, now you have to talk. He don't have him more.
Freddie Fred, it doesn't do anything to me anymore when he begin to betray me. The convention, because of his attitude, the Peking brought the Killer Bean boss. So Zogo. You so good at you go bring Zogo to enter and vote in COP convention. Lasana, you will never be youth chair of COP. Never. You lost your way.
So you are settled now. Or you acting a small child for?
What if the president say, let us go back to the court system and let justice be done? And if the court refuse, or as per the law, Bernard Samka should not be elected, certificated.
Yeah.
Hey, Baba, the control I think I tell you something, the pregnant from where I are. Don't wait. That my son. Let them know that they got that here, all the ad they come from. I say, finally, some guy they lost him based on the money. Yeah, I know you. They say based on the money. What we doing? No. The president will call him there to solve problems for us. What I'm going to call, we're not going to nobody. We're going to get called out to the president to help us for the man so they can consider the man. And when they go there, the court say no. Hey, Baba, that people there, do you think we'll not buy all that place before we go to our son? Thank you. We buy all that place.
Okay. My name is Dennis Nipson, and I report for, I'm working for Joe FM. So, Chief, you said that you control these people and you have them under control. Why do you think that they not listen to you? And what makes you think that when you go, they will listen to you? Do they believe that you can solve the problem as a chief for them?
Oh my God! You know, Baba, we're in the old kitchen. You touch it again, they will get sand. They were touching me for me to go there so they can know that I see what for them. I control them, nobody go by.
So, Chief, you talk about a big meeting in Banga. When the meeting will take place?
That's the book option. That's the recommendation. That's the request. It's important for the country to have peace. I think military and telephone will look at it when they so there can be some budget available. Let me call all my chiefs who can solve the problem in the country. Because when they learn and see, we not see. When they one of the countries got problem, black people got problem.
Finally,
follow up, please. Chief Zaza Kawa.
Yeah,
it has been observed that under your leadership there are a lot of strange things happening. Again, my name is Stephen G. Graduate of the Analyst newspaper. It's not only with the local country issue. During the election, we observed that in Bakuru, traditional people also involved in election activities.
We are speaking on local country things. We are only
on the fact.
Excuse me, please. I think we are
in comparison. Yeah, and in Bakuru County. And then not only that, we also observed that our traditional people were elected, forcing people into the poor society. Again, this time is Lofa. Don't you think that you are losing control over the traditional activity of this country?
I'm not losing no control in the country for the tradition. You got some, but when your son has handle. For me to speak, I started existing before you asked the question. I said I will make the question for government to make money available for me to go from country to educate my people. That the ever you earn, and the ever you must take with. So we can tell them when they go do your election, blah, then you will not bring no the war. You talk about 4 initiation, that one we got law here. That somebody will prepare, even waiting before you go in the quit. When you harass somebody, you take me there, the one you get the quit, that one I found already. This that one, I say in control.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let me ask this question as well. Chief, thank you very much for your press conference. I'm Abraham William from Freedom FM. I heard you talking about executive clemency, how you want to meet in Banga. If there's anything you'll be able to talk to the president for clemency, you'll talk to the Supreme Court. But I know in your own era, you'll get what they want to go for president. If you allow the one to happen now and you go talk to the president on the kind of thing, don't you think tomorrow if other countries they get the same problem too again, they will say let's solve it the same way again, then the whole law basically will not be important in the country.
That's why a bad election commission will answer your culture. But go buy the team as people. I say I advise the Supreme Court. Anybody who want to register, they must check the voting record. The body must go to police to bring clarity. They must ask the person where he coming from. So when I want bad, the election commission will know anybody who register, they will check and check before they pass the person.
No, the reason I asked the question because the election commission there is law too. That's why I'm still talking about the law thing. If the court now say that you're guilty, the elect cannot stop you. So Samuka was guilty, but the Supreme Court now say we agree to it because Samuka ran to the Supreme Court. So the elect couldn't stop him. So how do we solve the problem? Now we're elect now. How do we solve this problem? Because they can't stop anybody who they court.
That got on there go to the court. But one heart of him, I say we must try to when people we are filmmaker, they can't go that go to make peace. We want on going in look to see.
What if the president say, let us go back to the court system and let justice be done? And if the court refuse, or as per the law, President Samuka should not be elected, certificated.
Yeah. Hey, Baba, the country, I think I tell you something, the president from where I are. Don't wait. That my son. Let them know that they got that get all the ad they come from. I say, finally, some guy the law say, based on the money. Yeah, I know you. They say, based on the money. What we doing? No. The president will call him there to solve problems for us. What I'm going to call, we're not going to nobody. We're going to get call out to the president to help us for the man so they can consider the man. And when they go there, the court say no. Hey, Baba, that people there, do you think we'll not buy all that place before we go to our son? Thank you. We buy all that place.
Okay. My name is Diplomat, and I report for, I'm working for Joe FM. So, Chief, you said that you control these people and you have them under control. Why do you think that they not listen to you? And what makes you think that when you go, they will listen to you? Do they believe that you can solve the problem as a chief for them?
Oh my God!
Let me welcome you to the magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Here we discuss the truth. We are not here to know it all. We are students of HB, H. Burma family. We are not teachers. We are students. And so today we are happy to be back after the weekend. We are happy to be back. We are happy to enlighten the mind of our Liberian people and the world at large. For us to be able to go into the mumbo jumbo of our society, what is happening, what is it that going on, what is the burning issue today in our society. So we are here to give you all of the synopsis about it. And I'm here with my co-host, Francis. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm grateful.
Do you have anything on mind before we start our show? How was your weekend?
My weekend was very, very, very terrifying, especially with the downpour of heavy snow as a result of winter, but that is what we expect of North Dakota. But we've been chilling a little bit this year for the most part, the last 2 years. But Friday night coming to Saturday was a little bit tough, but at least we are prepared for it, so we'll give God the glory. We are here.
Okay.
So that's so good.
All right. Do you have anything on mind before we dive into our issues? Do you have anything on mind for you to be able to throw light on before we dive into our discussions?
I think I discussed with you behind the scene on the issue of the budget, government of Liberia budget, which we actually have copies of that document, the national document, in our possession. I think there are a lot of issues popping up. I'm just hopeful. I don't know whether our lawmaking body will change this time, because actually the system of government we have in Liberia is almost identical with the system of government in United States. I know the level of practice kind of a little different because we don't have a really honest and integrated institution in Liberia for the most part in principle. But the proposed budget in Liberia is more troubling, and the people who are involved, they are also people with no integrity. Specifically, I listened to the Deputy Finance Minister for Fiscal Affairs on the weekend on Spoon Talk, I mean, I don't think he should continue his position. But again, these are people that fooled the Liberian people that they were coming with change for hope. And that change for hope is now showing a different signal. The change for hope is only hope for those who are in power, and those who voted for them, they don't have time for them. And I also, through Facebook and other, Front Page Africa, listen to this other group of people, seditions, they call them, say, aggrieved sedition in Nimba County. I talk about the CDC leadership not looking up to them, not giving a job. But the one that really struck me to the highest peak is the son or the brother. I'm not too sure, but I think one of them will be correct. The son of the former representative, Dustin World-Colley, he is the deputy minister of Finance Fiscal Affairs. He was this guest on Spoon Talk during the weekend. For the most part, it was on Friday. And this guy is running a business, according to him, co-author business, also accounting firm. And in addition to that, he also doing some partnership and getting some percentage from other companies. And some of his partnerships are doing business with government. And by his portfolio as the Deputy Minister of Fiscal Affairs, he's the number 2 person at the Minister of Finance. And the Minister of Finance, Samuel Toy, is on record publicly, especially on Spoon Talk, that if the media get anybody who is in government, especially in that kind of position, and also getting government control, they should let him know. That's conflict of interest. But this guy has a PhD. According to him, he's a lawyer, he's a certified accountant, and everything. He said it publicly, it's not a conflict of interest, because he was already working as a professional man in the private sector. So entering government, he doesn't have to really let go his business. And some of the panelists trying to give him a little bit of education, you could put it in the blind trust, some kind of stuff like that, so that you can't be making business out there at the same time representing you at the level of the government, making decisions of our monies. That was so troubling. It was very, very troubling. And he and the CEO, Stanton Witherspoon, got into a heated argument about that. I mean, I felt so embarrassed. I felt so small as a Liberian for our country to come down to that level. That people that consider themselves to be educated, he got a law degree according to him, he got a PhD, he got, bunch of certificates, he got all of that. I mean, he said, we're not a conflict of interest. When there's going to be conflict of interest?
That Dustin World-Colley, right?
Not Dustin World-Colley, his son, Samora World-Colley.
No, that's Samora World-Colley, but that Dustin World-Colley's son was Samora.
Okay, yes, that's why I actually researched a little bit to get to know him a little more, because I had already planned to talk about this a little bit anytime we get back on the show. I mean, that's just one aspect. Now, the whole blinking theory about this CDC-led government, they continue to shape blames and blame on the former government. But I don't understand these people. So Liberia is going to be in a vicious cycle of corruption, bad behavior, dishonesty in government, bad governance and all of that. Because what? They're telling Liberian people, we're going to come change your life, we'll give you bosses, you will be in there, in far, you go into school, you eat 3 times a day, but by the time they get there, they and their children eat 3-4 times a day. If possible, their children are even in our country, they send it to either Ghana or Africa or America, and you name it. So every time sedition say, but it happened yesterday. The reason that it happened yesterday, that's the reason Liberian people decided not to vote for that group of people. They voted for you. Okay. Because you told them you are the Mr. Clean, and you're going to fix it. You're going to fix it, and moreover, government is continuity. How can you're doing the same thing and you expect us to vote for you? Okay? Another charade thing I saw is Minister Maggie going to Grand Bassa County under a maker arrangement with motorcyclists and other citizens of Bassa. Pull up crowd. I said, they crowd thing here ain't gonna work again. It didn't work in Bon County. Recent election. It did not work in Nimba County. And did not also work in Monserrado County 2 times. 2019 and 2020. It didn't work for you. So you're gonna wear the last berry high, blackberry high, white, red berry, white, blueberry. It ain't gonna work. So I mean, those are things that I monitored in the media
during the weekend.
During the weekend, in addition to this girl, in Dubai that went there for some reason, she was misled.
Yeah. They get to have the twins, right?
Yeah, they get to have the twins, And I must admit, this is another contradiction, with our government. Can you imagine? I must admit, Kimmy Wish, I have never, to be honest with you, had any understanding of Liberian News Agency have a director general position. Kimmy Wish I make her to understand, yes, indeed it is. But he's really doing a good job. Can you imagine doing that interview with that girl? The gender minister was also in Dubai. The gender minister was also in Dubai. This is a Liberian woman in that part of the world. She didn't even offer a single comment that I'm aware of. This is not Kimmy Wish's job. I think he are taking a very good initiative in the outside of Liberia. I really admire him. I think he can go hard. And I think that's the reasons why most Liberians are, supporting him to keep doing what he's doing. He should be sitting up behind his desk. So I can be wondering why he stopped doing. Because this guy had taken his director general position and put it behind the wheel. Going into slum accumulated in Monrovia, Monserrado County, other counties across the country. Now he went to Dubai and met with the Liberian Community chairperson, interviewed them, and they reached out to him about this particular lady. He also interviewed another guy who went to work and he even got amputated. He said that over 2,000 Liberians in Dubai, some of them working, they don't even get paid. And this particular girl did that particular episode, I almost shed tears. And the gender minister was right there. And that's her job as a gender minister. The primary responsibility of the Ministry of Gender, especially the Minister of Gender, is to champion women issues. Especially the way we understand it in Liberia. Not many women.
That whole thing that you're talking, when these gender ministers, when these gender people, when they are placed in office, they don't look after the citizen. They look after their deep pocket. They look after themselves. Who tell you that but when they talk about Mo Ali, because Mo Ali is an opposition, when they talk about Mo Ali, and I get the gender minister sees that issues right away.
Yeah,
because it was Mo Ali.
Right?
But yet another citizen in another country is stranded.
They give birth to themselves.
Anyway, that's Liberia right there for you.
That's Liberia right there.
Anyway, for me, our touch. When I say our touch, listen to this ambassador, this diplomat. This diplomat, he was working at the information ministry before he was appointed to serve the Liberian people in Nigeria. This diplomat, and which of course is going to be the key of our discussion tonight, this diplomat traveled with his family into Nigeria. And I will find time this week for the Diplomat to appear on our show. This guy traveled with his wife and his 3 children. Now, you will not believe what happened to him. This Diplomat, little girl, 7 years old. This Diplomat, little 7 years old, I will repeat, was raped. But another diplomat from the Liberian embassy, another diplomat went there, he did not even penetrate the girl from the front. And I penetrated the girl in her asshole. 7 years old, penetrated her in her asshole. And then the Liberian people, look, this our country is terrible. Our country have turned to a rape country. Our country, this little girl have been struggling for the past 3 months. The Nigerian army, the Nigerian police have to intervene, have to come, they have to go to the hospital to get the hospital result. The hospital results show that this little girl was penetrated from her asshole. Now, when the little girl was penetrated from her asshole, that's cause for the little girl mind, to the extent the little girl cannot even go to school because her condition is deteriorating. The little girl's father came from work one evening and tried to intervene and tried to ask her daughter, asked her, what happened to you? The little girl said, Uncle King, Uncle put my pants down, he entered my asshole. The little girl explaining. Uncle King and put my pants down and entered my asshole. That ambassador who the Liberian government sent to Nigeria, along with that Hassan Conte. When a guy went to Dr. Hassan Conte to lodge that ambassador complaint, Dr. Hassan Conte instead of intervene, and that is a sad thing about me, about our country. Instead of the data intervene, the data instead of him, the data decided to cut off speech from a diplomat. Now we're not stopping there. The guy decided to file the case to the Nigerian police. And that's how can the Nigerian police they take serious of the matter. Not only that, the guy tried to communicate to the foreign ministry. The foreign ministry never intervened. Dr. Kimaya, that the foreign minister name, right? Dr. Kimaya.
Yes, the current foreign minister name.
Dr. Kimaya. Dr. Kimaya never intervened. Then the guy in caution, the guy decided to communicate to the president office, to Nathaniel Falomage, that how come Nathaniel Falomage was able to send an investigation team. Now the investigation team had come back into the country with a report. They called the justice minister. Justice minister says they are trying to intervene. But the two, it was not one time, one not 2 times, Sodom again. And then the call matter shot. The girl currently, the girl is not even going to school. The girl condition continue to deteriorate. But let me play you guys the clip so you guys can hear it from the house's mouth.
Yeah, it's on. Okay, thank you so much, and it's a pleasure being back in this identical studio.
So tell us who you are in your portfolio as a Liberian diplomat.
In my portfolio, I'm the Minister of Council of Press and Public Affairs, SecondNet by the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism to our mission in Abuja, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And how long have you served?
Just a couple of years, 6. Who has a very distressful situation, and I just have prepared a press statement that I will read, and then we can proceed from here. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, as most of you are aware, I am not BJ, the Minister Counselor for Press and Public Affairs at our country's embassy in Abuja, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where I have served and continue to serve in that capacity for the past years, for 2 different administrations, including the current administration of His Excellency Dr. George Manawia. To get straight to the point, one of my daughters, aged 7, was unfortunately sexually abused over a period of 7 months by not one, but 2 different perpetrators. These rapists, not once, not twice, but on multiple times, took advantage of her over a period of 7 months, abused my daughter right on the...
Not one, not twice. Not one, not twice. You hearing it from it? That is a guy, that is a girl father. I swear, you hear it once, not twice, but triple. Listen. That is the reason why we are called the Abraka Talk Show.
Yeah, it's on.
All right, thank you so much, and it's a pleasure being back in this identical studio.
So tell us who you are in your portfolio as a Liberian diplomat.
In my portfolio, I'm the Minister Counselor for Press and Public Affairs, seconded by the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism to our mission in Abuja, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And how long have you served?
Just a couple of years, 6. Who has a very distressful situation, and I just have prepared a press statement that I will read, and then we can proceed from here. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, as most of you are aware, I am not BJ, the Minister Counselor for Press and Public Affairs at our country's embassy in Abuja, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where I have served and continue to serve in that capacity for the past 2 years, for 2 different administrations, including the current administration of His Excellency Dr. George Manawia. To get straight to the point, one of my daughters, aged 7, was unfortunately sexually abused over a period of 7 months by not one, but 2 different perpetrators. These rapists, not once, not twice, but on multiple times, took advantage of her over a period of 7 months, abused my daughter right on the premises of the embassy in Abuja. These 2 perpetrators themselves were under the guidance of a colleague diplomat, also assigned at the Abuja mission, who himself, unfortunately, up to today's date, shows no remorse for the act carried out by his war against my baby. I have come to use this public space to appeal to His Excellency President George Manawia to personally intervene in this very distressful situation that happened to my family while on national duty in Abuja, Nigeria. I'm constrained to use this public space because all efforts that have been applied diplomatically to get the attention of relevant authorities here to particularly care for the welfare of my sexually abused baby have only produced no response, making closure on such a traumatizing incident to yet be far off, while my family continues to be haunted by this terrible incident. While the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Information and Justice have taken steps to forward the matter to court following my insistence, it is not enough in helping to cater to the welfare of our abused child. While I'm in Monrovia for the past 2 months to pursue the justice aspect of this matter, I keep getting calls from my family over our young daughter's declining health back in Abuja, causing her to miss out on several school days. As we are aware of the long process of litigation, why can't we cater to the welfare of this innocent child, even if not for anything but solely on humanitarian grounds? Why, if this litigation lingers for a year, we, the family, will remain the only one to be going through the financial stress of catering to our health, which is already imposed These are just been my requests to our government. For the past 8 months, I have been asking our government to take full responsibility in catering to the child's welfare while pursuing justice. Something, this important aspect of the child's welfare and our health has been completely ignored right from when such an alarming situation finally came to our attention April. Months down the line, there has been absolutely no concern over my baby's health, which continues to deteriorate. Only my family continues to single-handedly pay for her routine and regular medical checkups and her post-traumatic and other forms of psychosocial counseling session, which should be done for an innocent traumatized child as that. The situation compelled me to pack my family out of the government-assigned apartment based on Ambassador Hassan Contat's unnecessary biases over his quote-unquote intervention, which convinced me that my family was not safe any longer under his leadership. As a red man cross, the ambassador's ego will not allow common sense to prevail in the sense of any sympathy for the victim, that we should only be concerned about her welfare at the time, but will go on to ensure that both our personal and professional relationships are erased on account of me, a hurting, bruised, traumatized father of a young victim, taking stands against his biased approach, in which he was all bent and ensuring to personally pack out of the embassy's assigned apartment. And this is in addition to all of the expenses that we've been going through by ourselves as a family. So I've come here as a very last resort to gain the attention of President Weah, who heads this government, a government that is my direct employer, for which I have diligently served with so much passion and commitment in helping to foster the bilateral relations between our country and Nigeria, a very strategic bilateral partner of ours. I'm seeking this attention because the president is a feminist in chief. His attention over the deteriorating health of our baby. He is a father and is the chief protector of child's rights, and I'm very sure that when this reaches him, he will listen. My appeal comes in a wake as the nation celebrates an ongoing 16 days of activism, which our national theme is "Enough is enough. Let's act now to end violence against women, girls, children, and other marginalized groups." I also, in the same vein, extend an appeal to the Vice President of Liberia, Her Excellency Chief Dr. Juha Taylor, and the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, Her Excellency Madam Claire Weah, both of whom are not just known for international figures, female advocates, as well as the Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, and I'm using this time to also call on all female advocacy groups, including the Association of Female Journalists Association, the Association of Female Lawyers Association of Liberia, the female journalists, and all groups concerned. I have thought that as a diplomat serving my country in a foreign country, a situation like this will at least attract the fullest attention of government. I can only liken this to a situation where gets wounded, gets back, and is getting no attention on account of the bruises he feels, only because he has been placed in a court of jurisdiction. This pain, I believe, is something no father in anywhere can condone. It is not enough that the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Justice, and Information afforded these things to court. Again, I just want the President's attention in this situation, and I'll use this time to just give a brief summary of two other things which are very important, and I think it should be brought to the attention of the public. After being raped by the embassy, by two of its residents, this barbaric act was formally confirmed by medical doctors and the Nigerian police, after which our complaints sent to our Ministries of Foreign Affairs and Information here. As if that wasn't enough shock for our baby, our colleague whose work committed this act, I've said I already showed no remorse, But the worst shock came when the ambassador, our own direct boss, with whom I have had so much excellent professional relationship, who terribly intervened in the matter, which he was unfortunately bent on just protecting the perpetrators than the victim. So much so that no concern has been shown whatsoever about the welfare of the child. And when I formally complained this incident to the Ministry of Information, which is my direct ministry, it was brought forth to the attention of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Initial steps were taken, a 3-man dedication was constituted. Government's limited resources were used to ensure that they go and carry out an impartial investigation. It is also regrettable, and I want to use the time to state that the Ambassador Jaja Kamara report only amounted to nothing more than a diplomatic appeasement, all aimed at protecting Ambassador content at the expense of us, the victim. The honest and hard truth here is that the legs of Ambassador Kamara are only concerned, the legs of Ambassador Jaja Kamara are only concerned about protecting their own clique at the expense of any victimized situation. Is it because it is not one of their own children? After government spent all those money and to and fro Abuja, he will return with his team and connive with the ambassador to protect his terrible handling of the matter that even compelled government in the first instance to have spent the resources to send them there. It is very possibly, ladies and gentlemen, that an aggrieved family, while experiencing psychological anguish resulting from child abuse, and yet choosing to remain quiet for a long time, will be seen as disrespectful to an ambassador, simply on account of refusal to take a telephone call from him when I had temporarily gone insane. And I believe that this is what the Ambassador Jaja Kamara committees were just bent on, and not to emphasize the needs of the innocent child, but to protect one of their own, whose biases were clearly seen in all of this, because this very ambassador, within 3 weeks of this happening, refused to report to Home Office, a situation that claimed the attention of the foreign minister, and he was angry about that. So I don't know where all of this is coming from, that we are having a litigation process, but yet my child's health is deteriorating, and I need attention in that direction. That's why I've come in trying to seek a closure on the matter of my traumatized family. I'm not so concerned that the ambassador has since adopted a non-compliance, non-cooperative posture of my office, going on to seize all forms of working relationship between me and him as a means of reprisal response to re-victimize us already victimized family. That is the least of my worry. The biggest concern I have here is how to protect my family and restore a traumatized, bruised family back to normalcy. So as I close this press statement, I am again using this time to bring to the attention of President Weah the need to take care of my daughter, so we do not have a situation that goes beyond what it is now, because her health has deteriorated. It's only my family for the past 8 months have been catering to that, and this aspect has been ignored to a large extent. And recently, for the record, let me state, recently I wrote the Minister of Foreign Affairs, calling his attention to the girl's declining and deteriorating health. I copied the Minister of Information, who is my direct boss, and the offices of the Vice President and Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, respectively. Though those were seen, I'm yet to get even the courtesy of acknowledgement of what I've written them. That convinces me that they are not concerned about the welfare of the child, because there is a litigation going on. So I stop this far and just ask the president to look in that direction. But this is a potential young child whose academic performances have been hindered.
So you listen to the victim father. They are all the victims, because something happened to your child, it is you that it happened to. Your opinion?
Maybe, I was in the bike, I almost shared here. I got a 7 years old and I got 3 years old too. I'm 4 years old right now. This is not man or woman business. Under no condition that a man like that age will have a taste, sexual taste or sexual appetite for 7 years old. It is absolute cruelty, wickedness, and evil in the high places of our government. But for those of us that study political science and the society of human beings, this is one of the things the founder and the propounder of government, especially good governance, talk about. Thomas Hobbes during the 17th, 18th century, that human beings are their core selfish creatures. And he went on further to say the government should be funded. Why? Society is nasty. When you look at that theory and compare with today's war, it is clear.
No. I don't want you.
Maybe hold on a minute, please. Just a few seconds, please. Let me end my thought, please. When you look at today and you look at the government of Liberia for more than 2 decades now, if not 3 decades, our government, past and current, is a direct opposite of the necessity of government. I worked at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for 8 years. That is clearly against our diplomatic ethics. And for the ambassador to even try to put it under the carpet is a crime. In the criminal justice environment, they got the commissioner of crimes and the guy facilitator. Everybody that touched on this man daughter incident and try to put it under the carpet, Ambassador Conte and Jaja Kamara, I know all of them. I was the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Jaja Kamara been in the service for over 30 years. Ambassador Conte was appointed by President Seri after that whole LU saga.
But
all right. So this is pure wickedness. This is not about woman and man business. No, it's just wickedness.
So you
what
think
that? What is the motive of the individual? What is the motive of this man who did this? To 7 years old. What can you get out of 7 years old?
And not even. But in a get asshole.
That's what I say. It's a total wickedness in the day. It's not about woman business. It is not.
You know, for me, I'm looking at it from different perspective. You know, Nigeria is where even broad daylight they can set him up back. Broad daylight. Nigeria is a place where the juju, the medicine. You want to see medicine? Go Nigeria. So who knows? Whether they're foreign diplomats, whether he have not talked to some of them, and they told him, you have to sodomize the girl in her asshole. Now, for it to not be one time, not 2 times, but 3 times, triple. That's why the little girl said to her dad, you know, it is sad. It is sad for me. It is sad because I have a 21-year-old. And I can tell you, even when you tell me that my daughter never consented to you, my daughter come and tell me, although she have reached the age, she come and tell me, Babu will divide between you and myself. A little girl, 7 years old, for God in
That's
heaven's
a
sake.
baby. That's a baby.
That's a little child. A child. 7 years old does not even know nothing compared to 18 years old. A 7 years old girl does not know nothing compared to 18 years old. And then you went, you sort of mad again, not one time, not two times, but triple. And then that some content never send a guy back because the grief of the Nigerian citizens. They gathered the triple in tons of groups. They went to the embassy. They told the ambassador, you got to remove the man from here. Now how can they manage to send the two of them back? 2 persons, one little girl, 2 persons. It's not to say that one little girl with one man. 2 men with one little girl, 7 years old. Now, the man is telling us that the little girl, she is troubling.
But this time, those 2 guys, I don't know. There was this criminal code C established during early time.
There was nothing for rape. When George Manawiyaki, they closed the court.
Rape cases.
When George Manawiyaki, they closed the court, I'm telling you.
I don't know whether they have changed that law, but by this time, this girl should be seen by specialized doctors to save her life. And these 2 guys should be in jail by now. They should not be free people. They should not be free people.
It is sad that George Manawiyaki will even be waiting up to now. And I think they're calling him feminine in chief. Now, somebody sort of mass, a baby, a 7-year-old baby. If you do that to my daughter, to go in heaven, I will block traffic. I will go on the road and block traffic. Let her come and kill me. Let her come and kill me. I will go block traffic. Let her come and kill me. If my issue is not addressed, that man, he even did well to go in studio to go sit down to say you reading press release. You did well. That the president convert I will stand in front. That the president convert I will go and stand in front of the president convert. That man is taking that. He's taking side with them talking. I want for the president to come. The president will not come. Do it like that. The president will not come do it like that.
Oh, you know now the man is a diplomat now.
Oh, what is diplomat?
So when you sit up for 3 months,
diplomat, you sit up my daughter. You went, you slept with my daughter. Then you said diplomat. Diplomat, what better diplomat say would it be? I'm living for my children. So what better diplomat say would it be? What better diplomacy will it be? Tell me what better diplomacy will it be? Let's take our first caller. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Sam Dopo. I'm calling from Utah, Salt Lake City. Yes, I've been following, man, and this is very, very pathetic. What happened to the 7-year-old girl? And it happens at the headquarters of ECOWAS. Can you imagine? And I believe that ECOWAS should have taken siege of that matter. And I just say that, like, the foreign ministry employ dogs to work with the foreign ministry.
I tell you,
dogs. Dogs. D-O-G-S. Dogs. To work with the foreign ministry.
Dogs.
And look at the hair. Yeah, look at the hair of the foreign ministry. Look at the hair of the foreign ministry.
He's another rapist.
He himself was involved. I don't know.
That is the reason why you know that is the reason why the foreign minister cannot come to the United States, because when he can, he will be arrested.
Why these guys are so sexually active and they can use that money to go in the street?
That is not
Lagos, Nigeria is a big city.
It's wickedness.
They have
It's evil.
assaults. Why you will temper with assault? That is murder. And this should be like, if I were the president or the foreign minister, I would sweep the whole damn foreign ministry team from Nigeria straight to Liberia into South Beach while the investigation going on.
I'm telling you.
And even those guys, even the foreign minister who tried to cover that act should be arrested by the Nigerian police. But you see, when you have the kind of
but
government,
that foreign minister, that Azakwana should not be serving at no point in time, so long he was able to sweep that matter under cover. I strongly believe that the president should be able to call Hassan Conte right now, effectively and immediately.
Yeah, these government officials are embarrassing the Liberians abroad. They are embarrassing everybody. So that when the people hear this story of official government, what's more of a private citizen when they see all coming around, they start to think, oh, these guys are Liberians. They like funny things. I mean, Joshua is so silent, like a bobo door. You know what a door is? Bobo, the dog ain't even back. So how you looking? The man is too quiet. Things happening right underneath your nose. He can't even talk.
I tell you,
active president. If a president is sincere to himself and he loves Liberia, he should not even attempt to contest in 2023 because he's a toothless bulldog. Nothing he's doing for Liberia. Every day there's another sad story. Tomorrow, after 1 month, you will hear a similar story. Either somebody has been murdered or somebody or child has been raped.
This child was raped from the butt, from the child asshole. Not one time, not 2 times, but triple time. Not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times, triple time.
The father said, after the first attempt, it just seemed to me that the child wasn't living with the father. Because if a father tell me that
the child was living with the father, but the father kind of noticed after all this multiple time that they have.
You mean 7 months you die, you're not looking at your daughter? That's one of the things. There will not be change in her affection. She will not be sick. He sat down there 7 months and he stayed on
3
radio
months.
7 months.
It happened 1 month after, then before he noticed it. When he noticed it, how can the lady went to him? The lady said, uncle, the 2 uncle, I will not be able to call their name. The 2 uncle came to the house and brought my pants down and took my asshole.
But why you want to hide their names? You are now behaving just like the foreign minister. These people should be exposed effective immediately when you hear the kind of news. Even if it's false, the investigation will start from there. That's allegation. The little girl make allegation. You know the names. And then you say, okay, I want to hide their names.
No. The two perpetrators' names have not been exposed yet.
Okay.
The 2 perpetrators, you know me. You know people I can't hold back. You know me. This government, I cannot hold back. But the 2 perpetrators' names have not been exposed yet to the public. But they have been called back. These 2 perpetrators have been called back to come to Moreover.
But another question, AB, right?
No,
I know
the
you
father
said
of that little girl is so diplomatic.
to get it down on the show.
So diplomatic.
Why
I can't be like
they
him.
call their name and they are his
Even my
colleagues?
daughter, 18 or 19,
Why you can't call their
and
name
it happened
publicly?
to her, she don't agree, she come to me. Something will happen from that point.
My brother, look, I am saying to you, if I am the child father, tell the president we are not here about it. Tell the president we are not here about it. Because our blood traffic, let the comfort come and pass over me. Let the comfort come and hit me. Let me be killed.
This is murder. You want to murder the little girl, 7 years old?
Say the murder the lady.
That was murder. I mean, that was attempted murder. I mean, murder. The man have destroyed the girl, and they take him from him. They flew him to Liberia to go again and destroy another young set of girls. These people are dogs working in the foreign ministry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. That is the number to call to be live on the Abraka Talk Show. Coming out of Forever Hold Your Peace. We are discussing our country. Liberia. Doors have taken over. Doors have taken over the lead position in our government. Dogs. Glowy have taken over. Doors. Yeah, my brother, you were saying something.
Yeah, so I was asking a question, right? I know the dad, I listened to him, why he decided not to call these people?
Aha! Because of so-called investigation.
Is he acting like Diplomat after 3 months?
Hey,
Your child has destroyed?
My brother, say again.
Like our first caller said, this is an attempted murder.
Yeah.
This girl, this little child, innocent child, should be in the specialized hospital being treated. They ain't even doing that. You're hiding their names.
Saying that the investigation under my feet. Look, when I take on the street, say yes in Moravia, when I take on the street, when I hold placard and print on placard all over my body and hold placard in my hand and go stand on the road, let us see whether the comfort will pass by me just like that. I will block the traffic with the president convoy coming. I will stand on the road. If there is any convoy can stop, let the convoy come and hit me. Then let me die.
Wow, this guy is really a super moderate. For 3 months,
to come and serve my daughter, then you be behaving like Diplomat. You be behaving. What better diplomat? What better diplomat? What better diplomat? Diplomat with my children. Future, I ben. Let's take Rufus. Rufus, how you doing? Hello?
Yeah, Amy.
Yeah, Rufus, how you doing?
I'm fine, brother. On that discussion, Amy, brother, I just
you are speaking, and then at the same time you listen to your monitor. Can you walk away from your monitor, please?
No, I call it off completely. I know that I call you on number, so I'm not there. Okay. But I know what's going on.
Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is that the father of the child also needs to be talked to, because a 7-year-old daughter, you were saying now it's talking about diplomat, diplomacy. 7 years old. What you call diplomacy? We live for our children. I got a 6-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, what you call diplomacy? You're talking about calling this and that, this is this. Your child, you still see now where and you see in Nigeria.
No, he in Liberia calling. He has spent 2 months in Liberia.
In the first place, Nigerians got to get up to go and fight for you, and even make those people to go to Liberia, because Nigeria will know to be a country that has so many things that they can come, they can interpret into that kind of case. There you see over there, my brother, the wickedness in Liberia is getting too much, and the parents to that child too, they are being too much. I mean, I don't know what they are afraid of. The same thing that happened with the 3 missing boys in Liberia today.
That's the same thing
happening. And the same thing happening over there. You call it on president. We have to do what? What will president we have to do? But now the international community, other people to don't ask them to bring in jail. It's much, but man, I got a 6-year-old daughter, man. I don't want to even get that thing. But I'm aware I had to fall, bro. It's hurting me because every day I look in my face, yeah, what other face? Even for that, because she's not even happy. I want to go date on my 7 years old daughter face damage like that. Then you staying out there talking, writing blog, book, talking all kind of things.
Yeah. That man said.
Those people they said they myself will die together unless the only way to let it be in jail. I tell this to them. But me in Morovia,
according to the guy, the two guys that they are passing around in Morovia free.
Jesus Christ. It's you be passing all you my child, my picture, my only hope. No. I think maybe I will go to jail. Yeah, I think I will be seen in jail. Then, no. My brother, Liberia is actually going back.
Liberia,
yeah.
I said,
the country is done. The country is done.
The foreign, can you imagine?
So disgraceful. Government official, government, people they say to go back to your country, the foreign land doing that kind of thing. Man, this is this.
Can you imagine the foreign minister himself? He's saying he's another rapist.
I don't know the parents too. I don't know why she was 7 years old drop people through like 3 times. Where were they? Is he married? Yes, I mean, there's a lot of questions to be asked in this situation, AB. Because, I mean, the girl live with he alone, or where is your mother to the girl? Yes. Oh, yeah, people listening now. Yeah.
That is the question.
The hot one. I always. Yeah, sorry, Eddie. Yeah, I mean, brother, I just wanted to just want to come because I mean, you that have child, most especially a girl child, and the word girls are so lovely. I mean, that kind of taste. Huh? You know the trouble they put that little girl in, or the foreign life is dummy. You see what they're talking. What was the girl mother?
Yeah.
What was the girl mother in the first place? No, man. I mean, the parents too, man. They wow, that was a huge mistake.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right.
You know, like my friend and brother was saying. You know, like you are saying, cause you know, this thing here, the father need to be thoroughly investigated. Where was he? Where was the girl mother? 3 times? Where was the girl mother? Where was you?
He could be charged for negligence too, both of them. Because if you are at a mission and leaving the children home by themselves, that's another problem depending on the laws in our country. But even in Nigeria, I'm very surprised that Nigeria could not even handle it.
Yeah, because of foreign issues.
That foreign issue, but you know, AB in America, that's a big difference between America and many countries around the world. The fact that you are on the soil here, when you get you go to emergency room, they treat you. They're not going to ask you where you come from. They will treat you, except for COVID now, because of health reason, they will ask you. And if you commit crime here too, if you commit a crime here, they ain't going to say, oh, because you came to country A, country B, they're going to take care of you based on their laws. At a later date, they will inform your government. You cannot, there is no sexual appetite in the AB. Like the first caller said, it's an attempted murder. Whether you did it right, you didn't do it right, you did it from the back, you did it from the front, it just squared. Wickedness, evil minds, and cruelty. And
people that coming right now on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801.
They should have no place in our society, but again, when we say, people say, oh, the people didn't let Joe, we didn't let the government, but the people have brought down our level as, as Liberians below elementary level. When Delon said we go into the separate time, and people get problem with it. You have a foreign minister who is also accused of rape. However, the allegation came through even before the appointment. During the appointment, he went to the Senate, they're still approving. So what do you expect? We're going to have more of this thing going on. Because the person who is the leader of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is also
A
someone who
rapist.
has been raped. And he has refused to exonerate himself through competent court jurisdiction. So the people that he governed at the level of Minister of Foreign Affairs as the leader, now they are getting involved into it too. And diplomats are hiding it because they want to keep their jobs. Ambassadors are hiding it, attempting to hide it under the carpet. The parents of the child too, they are also trying to protect their citizen-like, citizen-like government job. So are you saying that you're taking your job as a priority over your children?
Let's take another caller here. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling on from?
Hello.
Yeah, caller, what is your name and where are you calling on from?
Yeah, I'm Lasana Dukle, calling from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Go ahead.
Yeah, AB, I was just listening to you guys, and it's something that touched my heart. Really, especially when it comes to those innocent children that getting raped every day and night in Liberia without no consequence attached to it. Our country has turned to evil society where anybody can do anything and just go free.
Yeah.
And it is wrong. I was once in Liberia, and I have a very beautiful daughter that was at the age of 15. At the time when the people came out to say we announced race as emergencies in Liberia, it came to my conscience that Liberia is not safe for children if at all they are not properly taken care. That came to my knowledge. I said, no, I cannot leave my daughter in Liberia until she can be with me. Within that moment, I tried by all means. I took her from there and sent her to Ghana. She is in mission school. The way in which that lady is coming out today is a very surprise to me because of the society in itself. And if you do sociology, they will always tell you that society have a very great impact in your life. You can be good, but people you work with, if the society is bad, it just take you to be a good person or your parent to be a good person for you to come out. If not, the influence of that society will mold your mind and you may likely go astray. So you see, most of our sisters, because of poverty and what have you, they have to force themselves and go on the street. And those people are giving cash to children and get used to them and molest them, leave them. There's many rape cases in Liberia on a cover. And they will always tell you in law, whenever crime is occurred, it has to be reported. If it's not reported, it will mean nothing. But whenever it's reported, definitely before the law look up to it. But there's many things that happen in Liberia, they are not reported. And there is no consequence attached to it. People will rape, people will do bad things, you see them passing around.
But my man,
let me just.
But my man, look, you're calling it in law. This garden that raped that later, they need to be beyond bars. Why the investigation going on? That's the first thing first. That's supposed to first of all happen.
Maybe it will not happen if as long the government hand is in it, forget about it. Many things have happened badly in Liberia, and people are walking all over. Somebody do you something wrong and you see the person walking around, it brings a real wickedness in the land. It's very sad to be talking about rape cases every day, because Liberia is one of the worst country in Africa when it comes to those kind of cases, and people are just suffering. Poverty is there. At the same time, people are raped, people are being kidnapped, people are being murdered. No consequence attached to it. And so we just have to pray God, like God gave a good leader. Joel was the worst president ever in the history of Liberia. And as long this man stay in chair, we will stay experiencing things that we have not experienced before. I always say that. I never heard your word before. When I came in this country, before at the time, I used to always talk about Jawea, how good he will be or good president. But later, when he get in the chair, being other stuff and what have you, all those things, promises he made, he turn everything around. I must say, I turn against him because I know that many Liberians hope that Jawea was the solution to our problem. Now he is the worst to everything. So rule of law in Liberia is not respected, even our police, AB. So we just have to put in prayer that God give a good leader that will deliver our country. But I bet you, if this man remains here, you'll be hearing story upon story, AB, that you don't expect.
Thank
It
you.
is wrong. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So is it. Thank you for your time.
Okay. You know, Ambassador, we are new that, you know, that when Ambassador we are took office, the man said they raping here, men can be raped too. So now all the rape cases are true. So let's squash, let's amend the law. The stupid legislature, they went, they amended our law. Instead of rape to be a non-bailable crime, it's bailable. Hello?
Yep, I'm getting you.
It's bailable.
So
And
you
then,
mean the law?
yeah, and Ellen Justice Sally make it non-bailable crime, and she set up a special task force, a special court for that. Where is that court now today? Because Josh Money himself, he know himself to be a rapist. The man know himself to be, look, a 50-somewhere man loving to 20-somewhere-year-old girl, that is rape. So let us be clear here on it. Dear Master Kimia. Anyway, your thought, my brother.
Yeah, I think the government should take over the case, send it far. The two individuals have already been recalled. Their name should be published by now. And the Minister of Justice should step in, the police should step in. All the advocacies grew, like he said. But he said we need to hear more from him. Because even at this point, 3 months after this particular crime was committed, he's still holding the names of his colleagues.
I tell you, that's a war that still hurting.
That is also disheartening. It raises more questions than answers. So he need to be clear, and we need to know whether this child have a mother and all of them on a mission there. If this child was just in the home by herself and no mom, and he goes to work, because I know most people live different place and they go to the embassy to work.
No, for them, the embassy was giving. I think they have home that was given to them.
Some people don't live there. I don't know about our embassy in Nigeria in terms of size, but there are a lot of diplomats in the foreign service worker don't live at the embassy.
No, they don't live at the embassy, but they're having home. They don't live at the embassy, but they're having home that the Liberian government is taking care of them according to him. In those home, this home is given to the diplomat from Liberia.
Yeah, what I'm saying, AB, whether somebody was home with that child.
Yeah.
Like
that is
mom,
the questions
that
need
is
to
going
be
to
asked.
work. Yeah.
Keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2808. We are discussing doors. Doors then been giving position into our government. Doors been giving position in higher places. Doors. Glory. Raping people, 3, 7 years old children being raped. And up to now, the government cannot even have the balls to come out to name those who were involved. Keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124, or better hold your peace. Yeah? Yeah, my brother.
It is sad.
It is sad.
It is sad. I don't know when we're going to get out of this. Under just real government, every day is just all about negative. Look at those wire educators that die as a result of taking money from vessel owner. Government Liberia under the maritime and the free pool pack of vessel that they felt was not qualified to be on the water. The very people qualified that vessel. They say, you get on it instead of sand bear or maybe cement. Put him on being 28 people die. Investigation continue. These 3 boys, by now, Moses should be close. Investigation continues. The auditors, investigation continue. Where are we going? Now, we are now moving towards foreign service. People that are representing us. What kind of vetting they don't even put in place? At least the old government was a little bit okay. Eddie Jennings and the government were a little bit okay, but these people took their own partisans from Sonny Wayne, Nukutan, and West Point and sent it to foreign mission. So it's kind of computer language, garbage in, garbage out. If it take unqualified, uncertified, unprepared, incompetent people and send them to foreign service to represent, that's what you get. That's what you get. They attend to animals, because I don't see any reason whatsoever for a man to have a sexual appetite for 7 years old. They just have a wicked, and maybe they have a motives too because they live in Nigeria. We don't know. But this is where law enforcement should come in. They fight that through the media now. We're able to get it. And even the father should be arrested and questioned. If you have a girlfriend or maybe wife, they should also be arrested and questioned. Where were they? Where were they? Right here in North Dakota, if you leave your children home and they're under 9 years old and go to work, and somebody reported, maybe your neighbor, you are in trouble. You are in trouble.
You are in serious trouble.
Serious trouble. So where were they? For 2 grown-ups to have sex, okay, with a minor, 7 years old.
David.
Where were they?
Yeah, the brother that is talking, having a talking with you, he's talking over certain things. I just want you to just put it down, right? That thing is not about sexual appetite. That thing is a sacrifice. That thing is the people did that. Real government still is filled with a lot of sacrifices to get them, because these people are not competent to do those jobs. So they make sacrifice so that they will keep being there. Look at the government. The government has so incompetent people. They don't even know what they're doing. But the only thing that keeping them there is medicine. Look at what happened in Liberia. You think they're killing human beings, killing that going in Liberia thing is just for nothing? No. The people have to sacrifice every month. Because it's the only way they will stay in there. So those 7 years old, I mean, you are a father now. People, you still baby after son. I take this child to my 7 years old daughter. So what is there about sexual feeling? What is there about sexual appetite? It's just, my brother, that thing is complete. The people, they know what they're doing. Because that's what the whole government laid back. In fact, the whole government, even the president himself, all of them, they know what it is. Because if a foreign affairs minister can be a rapist, then what else? So somebody killed somebody doing that nonsense. It's not the first of its kind in this government. We have heard a lot of that in Liberia, where they rape babies. I mean, they do those sort of babies. So it's nothing about whether it's It's those people, those are sacrifices they are making. Sacrifices they are making. This is bad at the detriment of somebody else's child. Because I don't know those people that do this thing, they have children. Because if you can look at, you have children, to go to somebody else's child to do that kind of thing, so it's a humor. But with all of these things, for me, I don't know. I think it will be better, please, on your show to invite the father of this child on this show so that someone will ask you questions.
Yeah,
I think it will be better. Try to invite him on your show because we want to really know where was the mother of this child. Because you're talking about not one time, not two times, but three times. So that alone is child neglect, is fearless too. Because I can tell you, Eddie, no matter what, even in Liberia, my 7-year-old daughter can never live in my accent. Even if I'm working like this, I can't work every day, I will make sure I know what. No. Try to invite the father of this child on your show so that people can really ask questions to know the position of the family, because he's talking about the agreed family. Okay, now they are family. Where were they? Where were they your mother? Because a 6 years old, 7 years old mother, a girl child mother, 3 times. Okay, my brother. Yeah, a lot to we want to know. We want to know from the parent of this child, where were they, or what's going on? We need to know.
Okay, thank you. Okara, what is the name and where are you calling out from?
Okay, Abby, thank you. This is Nere calling you from Liberia. I just calling to make my lay input. You know, our country is already, not Liberia, sorry, I'm calling from Pennsylvania. Liberia is already spoiled. I mean, I think whoever will be taking over from Joshua government,
the person get work to do.
They got plenty of work to do, AB. Sometimes we let them come into this thing to talk because of our profession.
Mm-hmm.
People think that rape is something small. Rape is nothing small.
Mm-hmm.
Rape is not an easy thing.
I think we need to invite women here to on a talk show for them to come to explain to what is the rape thing, how rape, it is.
Rape has a long-term consequence on women, but men do. Everybody coming out in life, let's take it in our normal day life. Everybody will know your protection is your private part.
Mm-hmm.
A child coming up, they don't have any idea of anybody coming to invade them or do wickedness to them. You just enter them. For example, we can say like men. The reason why when people kind of sodomize or rape men, they don't like to say it because human beings, we are very, very strong. Your sexual part in your life is something special and unique to it. Anybody who invade your sexuality, the person mess you up for life. There are medical consequences, there are psychological consequences. Medically, who knows? Those people, they may have been sick, maybe they had an HIV, they had a dirty infection. Look at that one. The long-term effect is that even her wound, she could be infected from if something will happen from her wound. There are some women in the community, they don't born. The woman gather, we know that God made everybody in a unique way. There are some women that from the time they gather, they never got pregnant. You know where it started from, AB? The uncle, somebody that raped them way back when they were smaller and nobody detected it, nobody said anything. There are some women you will see that they in a house, they're so argumentative. They argue with their husbands. Some of you got your girlfriend, your wives, they argue with you, but you don't ask them why the woman can argue so much. You know why? That woman was invaded way back her privacy. So she likes security. She's always holding on to that, but nobody knows that fact. There are some of the people you see women, they passing around, they seeking attention. They will do anything to seek attention. It's because of the privacy that was invaded. They feel that nobody care about them. This thing has whole depression. There are some women they misbehaving. They say, "Oh, you crazy, you this and that." The woman not crazy. The person that caused that trouble way back. The person sitting down, they know nothing about it. This thing is very serious. Liberian men, this thing is it can destroy a woman for lifetime. Let me tell you, all of us have to put hands together to take this thing very serious. Do not play with rape. There's some woman you see passing in the street, some kind of crazy woman passing, the woman not crazy. She got some kind of medical condition. It's due to the rape. It be the rape cases that in Liberia, you check it from our days to now. Almost 60%. Almost 60% of Liberian women, they were temporary one way or the other. One way or the other. And this is why affecting the younger generation, people don't know. Oh, they want to get yo-yo. Oh, they want. I just want to let you know that rape is very serious, Amy. That lady, they just saying it because there's no therapeutic counseling that I get going to go through. They don't have therapy session. They don't have counseling. That girl is messed up for life. If anybody will know her father, just keep eye on her from now until she reaches the age of 30 and see how she will come up. These are the girls that are in the community. Rape is dangerous. That is my contribution.
Thank you. It's like we have to invite Sis Younger to come here on the show for her to come and educate our men. Because there are days that I want to set aside on the talk show for women, for them to be able to, for all of us, we men, for us to be able to talk about women issues, for us to be able to talk about women issues, men issues, so we can be able to recommend what will be our recommendations, what will be about our sisters, about our brothers, what will be the motive, what will be the consequences. So I think we will set every Friday aside for that. But I would discuss it with Sis Younger and try to get her view. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. My brother.
Yeah, it be like she said, there are so many issues and effects that comes as a result of rape. It's a lot. I mean, especially a baby like 7 years old. Is disheartening. It's kind of evil and wickedness in hard places.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to talk about it again too, because when you look at the incompetent government we got right now, and they don't even care, I don't know how we're going to do it. We're going to keep talking, but doing nothing. If we have the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who is also a rapist, if you think he's not, then he come to America and address it. And now we're having people at our embassies in foreign countries doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And ambassadors, and especially experienced ambassador that I know, Ambassador Jaja Kamara, he been in the field for almost 40 years. It's very well known by both foreign diplomats. I mean, the kind of people trying to hire attempted murder of 7 years old.
It is so.
By their colleagues. It's problematic.
All right.
It's problematic.
All right.
The sad part of it again, the dad is not even talking like something went wrong.
I'm telling you.
But he's still in a diplomatic mode. This is nothing about diplomacy. So we need to question him a little more. We need to bring him on the show so he can tell why he's still doing what he's doing.
I will get his number from Prime FM when I leave the show. I will try to get his number so.
In addition to that, where is the mother of this child?
Yeah.
What happened? You need to answer those hard questions.
Okay. All right. So your parting statement.
So, I mean, AB, I want to say it again to our audience to keep following us and to share our conversation.
Remember, we are not on YouTube. We are not on Snapchat. We are not on Twitch. And then on Facebook as well. So we are everywhere. So all you can do, you can just go and subscribe. Go on YouTube to go and subscribe. To YouTube, it may sound like nothing to you, but to us, it's a big mark. And go on YouTube, go and go subscribe, and then you can be monitoring us.
You don't have to pay anything anyway. You get it free.
Yeah, you get it free. You subscribe and get our notification free. But thank you.
So everybody is saying, oh, it happened yesterday, so what? We can't fix it today? Anything that happened yesterday that was wrong, it happened today, it stay wrong. We need to fix it.
Yeah.
Rome was not built in one day, in 1 week, or 1 month. Okay? But for us, we're doing nothing. We're doing nothing. And the issue of public officials not being vetted well by a certain president and by our congressional people that have constitutional authority to confirm them is also appalling.
Okay. Let's take out one last caller and we'll call it a night. Caller, what is the name and where are you calling from?
Maybe this is Lasana.
Lasana, you get 1 minute.
1 minute?
Yes.
Yeah, just to acknowledge, at least, or to remember one of my legends, Cesare Lombroso, one of the contributors of criminal justice. Today was his birthday. November. Okay, today is December. I forget, man. I think it needs to be November. So I just want to give that recognition, but I forget the time.
Okay.
So I was looking at today's says to be one of the
Okay.
So okay, thank you. Be by tomorrow.
So yeah, so we will try as much as possible for us to be able to bring that guy living body here, for him to be able to tell us what was him, and then where was the mom of the child? What are the child, in fact, it is with her biological mother or not?
Probably he going to come and apply the same diplomacy.
No. Diplomacy will not be applied on this show.
He might also be protecting his job.
IVP can be on this one. You see me dancing, so what? You see me jubilating, so what? You see me celebrating, so what? You see me laughing, so what? God blessing.
So this is Arvin P. You can find him on YouTube on Arvin P. This brother is talented. You know that Arvin P was related to Honorable, how do you call it? The EPS officer that they killed. You know that his brother sang this song.
What? How do you spell his last name?
Arvin is spelled as Arvin P is spelled Arvin is ERVAN Arvin P, and then you just put Arvin P, and then you'll find him right away on YouTube.
Yeah. RVIN.
RVAN.
RVAN.
Then you just put space and you put P. Yeah.
Got me dancing, that favor got me jubilating. No sickness, no poverty, glory to glory. Come and see. You don't know my story. You see, you don't know my story. Your time will come. When Jehovah, brothers
So that how we'll let you come to the very, very end of the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. We'll be here tomorrow, the same time, the same place. As you learn, my co-host is in North Dakota. That is the place where the core is there. We have Samuel here. Samuel J. Jr. Samuel, go ahead. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, Naba, we are just about to close, so.
Yes, I just want to say hi to you guys because I'm not even familiar with the topic you guys are discussing. I only came and met the lady was talking about the rape. And I hope that family can get justice. And and we men need to stop the rape. It's not a good thing, you know. For me, I always tell men, the love that I got from my mom, I always attach it to every woman. And that's why I do my best 100% not to insult any woman because I see every woman as a mother, you know. So I hope some of the men can be able to see it and stop doing that too. Especially that 7 years you're talking about, that's a baby man. And the parents need to stop compromising their cases whenever they happen and try to make sure that they seek justice because I'm pretty sure like Brother Francis was saying maybe that guy will use the diplomatic channel, go and give them something and they will compromise the future of that child for little or nothing. So just want to join my voices with you guys and say hi to the team. I saw notice in the meeting, so we'll talk about that behind the scene.
Thank you. Thank you. That was Samuel. So, well, not bad, not good. So, we'll leave you here. We'll be here tomorrow at the same time. We'll find time at next week for us to invite Ivan P here so he can come to give us some lyrics of his music.
And when he says yes, nobody can say no. When the time is gone.
And we'll be inviting Zatiti very soon. So bye-bye for now.